So next up, we have an interview with Adman and Ogilvy's creative supremo, Mr. Piyush Pandey, the man who breathed life into innumerable brands over more than 30 years. Interviewing him is Ashwini Gangal, executive editor at AFAX. Over to you, Ashwini.
Thank you, Debashish. Thank you. Hi, Piyush. Welcome.
Hi, Ashwini. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hi. It's wonderful to be here, Piyush. Now we have 20 minutes and I'm going to try and squeeze in your fantastic 40-year career into 20 minutes. Okay, so bear with me. Let's try this.
I'm quite used to it, squeezing 60 seconds into 20 seconds. So let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Absolutely. So over the next 20 minutes, Piyush, I'm going to borrow your gaze, all right, and just analyze the role of television and how it has changed in the life of advertisers over the last 35 plus years, 40, if I may say that. So I want to just break it up era-wise, all right, starting from the late 80s, from your Chal Meri Luna days, Mile Sur Mera Tumhara, that whole phase, going to the 90s, with Cadbury, Fevicol, Fevikwik, and the first decade of the 2000s, 2000 to 2010, and then the last decade, which is 2010 to 2021. All right. Now, Piyush, I've said all this by way of introduction, but the subtext of all this is basically three words, which is Shimona to Prabneet, from a Cadbury Dairy Milk perspective. So just sum it up, Shimona to Prabneet, and tell us how the role of TV has evolved. So over to you for the 80s now.
Okay. I think the role of TV has been fantastic, and somebody said earlier, it's about brand building. So I'll go a little bit on the use of TV. If you take the 80s, it was early days for India learning how to do television. We came from a radio era. So a lot of stuff in the 80s was about singing jingles, singing propositions. And by and large, very functional. Somebody trying to make it good. But it was confined to singing songs. And when you sang a song well, you actually made a nice one. I think Hamara Bajaj was a wonderful example. Chal Meri Luna was not really a song. It was more like a poetic rendition. So that was successful. And Mile Sur, of course, we all know, was accepted by the people as like the second national anthem. One different thing we started happening in the 80s was a great example was Onida, because that was breaking rules. That was going away from singing songs. And so late 80s, I think the transition was happening with Titan and things like that. 90s was the time of liberalization.
Right.
Time of us moving from Doordarshan to more other options. And therefore, you saw actually television advertising came into life in an audiovisual fashion rather than audio fashion.
Right.
Largely in the 90s. It was 1994 when Shimona Cadbury Dairy Milk was launched.
Right.
It did not sing any song about the brand. It was healing and with a very visual story out there. And along the same time came Fevicol with no songs at all.
So Dam Laga Ke Hai.
Dam Laga Ke Hai, no songs at all. Within 2 years or 3-4 years, we were in with the egg commercial of Fevicol, which had only once at the end it said Fevicol. And that's the time that a lot of Fevicol happened. And Fevikwik happened with only one word at the end. Chutki mein chupka hai.
Yeah.
No songs, no nothing, great stories. People loved it. Ericsson mobile phone happened that time. With no song, no nothing, one black coffee. In the same time, Pepsi did a wonderful World Cup communication of nothing official about it. Again, no songs, no nothing, stories. Somebody talked about storytelling. Storytelling came to its own in the 90s in a fairly big fashion. And I think I've named quite a few for you today.
But Piyush, I have a follow-up question here. You know, all these examples have less dialogues, like you've pointed out yourself. Was that something to do with the era, or does it just so happen because you picked this bunch of?
No, it had to do with good storytelling.
I see.
Good storytelling on radio required you to narrate the story. Here you had help of a visual. So you did not have to say, this is a girl, when you showed a girl. You moved on with the story.
It was liberating in a sense to just say it visually.
Yeah, suddenly your expression had a larger width of audio and visual. So storytelling, when done interestingly, became wonderful, and people used to love. They used to look forward. Perfetti did some fantastic advertising from the 90s to the early 2000s. So this is what happened during the period of 1990 to 2000.
Correct.
And it was not surprising that end of the year 2000, Fevicol and Cadbury and Fevikwik walked away with the Best of the Century awards. Not because advertising was not good earlier. It did not have that expression. That's what the 90s did.
Correct. You know, before we move on
come into the
decade, no, Piyush, so also, what about humor? Was that also something that really happened in the 90s?
It came with the storytelling. You see, storytelling has so many forms. Shimona was not humor.
It was not, no.
Fevicol was humor.
Yes.
Ericsson was humor.
Oh, yes.
Pepsi World Cup was humor. And there were a whole lot of little other things happening about Calvinator and this and that. A lot of storytelling. And as we say in India, we talk about Navrasas or the 9 emotions. So story can come through any emotion.
Right.
So yes, humor took on a good storytelling pattern in the 90s.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Then going to the next decade, what happened then, and how did the role of TV in the life of advertisers change?
It was getting more and more heavily into it. Programming choices were more.
Right.
And it carried on with the spirit of the 90s.
Right.
And very early, you saw in the 2010s things like the Fevicol bus, which did not use the word Fevicol also. It only added on a board. You had the things like your hutch with the pug.
Right.
That happened early in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And then a new breakthrough happened in the 2000s was with the launch of IPL.
Right.
That experimentation took on to another level.
Right.
And the best example of experimentation is the Vodafone Zuzus.
Zuzus, absolutely.
Because there were 25 to 30 commercials made for 40 matches, one a day. So the advertiser was saying, okay, there is a fatigue factor. I will not run the same thing right through the long tournament, but every day, it was almost like Lakshman's cartoon. Every day a different one on the newspaper.
Right.
So that was a breakthrough on television that happened in the 2010s. There was some good stuff being done by Airtel.
Yeah.
There was good stuff being done by Sprite. Right. Sprite went against the norm of going to Bujhaye Pyas, Baki Sab Bakwas. It went non-advertising. Of saying that life is about being real. So a lot of experimentation with the way of advertising, with the way of releasing, a lot of things happened during that time.
Googly Woogly Whoosh and Har Ghar Kuch Kehta Hai also, does it fit in the same era?
Yeah. So we moved from saying, this paint does this for you,
Right.
We moved to saying, you do it to yourself.
Mm.
And Oogly Woogly Woosh was again moving away from heavy product windows. In fact, Ponds was not just windows, it was doors opening, Ponds Institute. From there to there to real life of the feeling of that Oogly Woogly Woosh.
Yeah.
So there were all those things, people were breaking the book. The book said, do this, do that, do that. People were saying, who says so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? And I was a part of
yeah.
I was a part of the gang.
Yeah.
Which was doing this experiment.
Yeah.
Because it was learning to realize that the audience is not a bunch of morons. She's a wife. She understands as much as you do. You don't have to spoon feed her. Give her the chance to participate. Give her the chance to say, I got it. I didn't have to be spoon fed. And that was what advertising was recognizing and catering to.
Okay. So slightly...
From information to engagement.
Interesting. Slightly rebellious phase then for advertising?
I won't call it rebellious, but breaking any norm of many years. It was not easy to sell those things, but there were some very smart clients also who understood as much as you did and said, let's get on with it. It was a client's idea to say, why not we make 25, 30 ads for Zuzu's? So, see, there's a basic rule in life, Tali dono haathon se bajti hai. No Piyush Pandey or no other creative person can say, I have full claim to this. Somebody else was saying, yes, do it, Piyush. Let's do it. So the clients and the advertising people were both waking up. A lot more woke up. I wouldn't say that they've all woken up even today, but a lot more have woken up, and a lot more advertising agency people have woken up.
Okay. Interesting. So you're saying it's not just the agency people, even clients experimented more in this decade.
Yeah, you can't do a piece of work without a client. I mean, forget it, and nor can you take full credit for it.
Right. Which anecdote stands out the most for you? I mean, give me a personal example from this decade. Zuzu's, of course, you mentioned, but anything else?
No, I think Zuzu's was the big thing. Also, there were personal experiences were convincing SBI that your line will be surprisingly SBI. When the belief was, no, why I am SBI. And we said, you are SBI, but nobody knows it. So you do so many things people don't know, which are very modern, up to date. So that was an interesting exercise. When I had to go through the board members and things to convince them. He said, don't sit in the past. You have to come out into the future and you have it with you. You're not talking about it.
Very
so yes, those were interesting exercises. Now, when I look back at 20 years now, since we launched Bajaj Pulsar, so that was an interesting exercise. So my life was full of excitement almost every day. Also, in the early 2000s, one of the most beautiful commercials to my mind, which I wrote, was for MC.
MC.
एक टपक की बूंद आपकी किस्मत बदल सकती है.
Is it the will? His will.
Yeah. See, how experimental the clients were. It was not a brand which you thought will do a 70-second commercial.
Oh, that was a 70-second?
It was a 70-second commercial.
Oh.
We did not overspend on our budget.
Okay.
People remember it to date because you were breaking the norm, doing some fantastic storytelling.
Yeah.
It went against, there must be people on this show, it went against the logic of media companies. And I've always tried to break that. Is that there is no set way of doing it. End of the day, it's not how many times you saw it, but how many years did you remember it?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I remember it very clearly. Piyush, the son kisses the father's head just when he finishes adding the last zero. And then
so that is the joy of storytelling, when you remember frames.
Yeah.
When you love the story, you love the ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So yes, that was again a brave client.
Very.
A radical idea.
Yeah.
And so that was the 2010s.
Yeah.
Now, the most beautiful thing, should we move to the next decade?
We could, but I just have another question for you. So did some categories resist breaking out of old established norms more than others? And did some move on easier than the rest? Is there a distinction there?
Let me tell you a story to answer this one.
Yeah.
Number of new clients came to me and asked me, you guys are doing great work at Ogilvy. I want something like Fevicol. And they signed on, no pitches, no nothing. And then when you met them for the work, they said, no, but in my category, it is done like this. I said, hello. It was done like that in Fevicol's category also. You came after seeing Fevicol, so get into the gear of getting out of your category. If you have to stand out, you'll have to get out of your category givens. I'll still keep you in the category, but you don't have to go the category way. Absolutely. So yes, there was excitement, but there was some amount of fear, because that is the unnecessary knowledge given at management institutes who forgot to tell them that you're also a human being. So yes, good knowledge, but not realistic.
Yeah.
That ticking boxes keeps you in a box. Getting out of the box, you have to forget the ticks.
Absolutely. Did that happen more in the last decade? We can move on to the last decade. We've got 5 more minutes, but I have an input here, Piyush. Did advertising become markedly soppy in the last decade? That's something I've observed. It became very, purpose driven. That's one way of putting it, but also very sentimental.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I think again we go back to the Navrasas. That we all, it's not that we laugh all day. We have our moments.
Yeah.
When we go into deep thinking, when we are touched by things at your heart, when you get a tear in your eye. What was SBI Life Insurance all about? SBI Life Insurance was about love. Heere ko kya pata tumhari umar kya hai? Now you were touching a chord out there. And yes, in the last 7-8 years, purpose has come in a big way.
Yes.
And because society, advertising, if it doesn't keep track of the society, you can lose out. So purpose came into Red Label, purpose came into a lot of Dove, Tanishq, Savlon in a big way. Lifebuoy Roti was purpose driven. And all the work that you've seen from, most of the work that you've seen from Dairy Milk in the last 2 years, it's about generosity. It is about being nice to others.
Yeah.
Starting from number of the thank you campaign of Cadbury's. That learn to thank people. So yes, purpose. The famous Hindustan Lever, the shower thing of water saving.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff.
Like brands participating in society, just trying to capture.
And not losing, not losing what they had to say, but they picked up issues in people's lives to become more engaged with you. When a consumer says that my brand thinks the way I do, then the brand benefits. So the purpose also did not lose the purpose of selling.
Okay.
But it became a more human way of selling rather than saying 3 baar ye kariye aur 6 baar wo kariye.
Okay.
So, and I know we were running out of time, so let's end with what you had provoked me to say. We'll come back to Shimona.
Yes, Shimona to Prabneet. In fact, if I'm right, so it's so cool because Cadbury Dairy Milk really straddles the entire timeline from the 90s to today. And I think back then the main core was shattering behavior inhibitions. And now it's about maybe social change.
Yeah, it was about liberating.
Liberating, okay.
And today it is about applauding the gender,
right,
which is doing great things but has not been applauded.
Right.
So a little twist with a little decency about society made magic all over again.
It did, indeed.
So the moral of the story is human emotions will never die. Whether it's a laughter or a tear or a good feel or love or sentiment, whatever you call it, that's I don't think it's going to change. It's not changed for centuries. Why will it change in a decade?
Oh, absolutely. On that note, I think we should play the new rendition of Kuch Khas Hai. Debashish, can you please?
That'll be lovely.
Yeah.
कुछ खास है हम सभी में, कुछ बात है हम सभी में, बात है खास है, कुछ स्वाद है, क्या स्वाद है जिंदगी में। Cadbury's Dairy Milk.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for that, Piyush. Thank you for your precious time. And that's all we have time for on this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashwini, and thanks to all your audience. God bless you all. Stay safe, but don't stay scared.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.